I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week so far. I know that I am. It has just been marvelous. I know the weather has been nice. And what I mean by nice, it's not too cold, it's not too hot. It is just right for me. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cheers to everybody. Anyway, so before I get started, I would like to introduce myself to those who may not know me. I am Jovita, and I help boss women overcome her unique challenges so that she can reduce stress, find time for herself, and live a life full of love and abundance. I actually help them just come up with a customized plan so that she can build and cultivate her network and her net worth, increase her personal currency, and give herself permission to be free and live a harmonious life. So I have just this one question that kept popping up in my feed and all of that was, why is women history so important? And I found some things here, so I'm going to read you just kind of what I found in some of my searches. And women's history is important because recognizing the achievements of women in all facets of life, science, community, government, literature, arts, sports, medicine, just anywhere, has a huge impact on the development of self-respect and new opportunities for girls and young women. So that's why it's important that we celebrate Women's History Month, because we're refusing to be silent, right? We can't be silent because women has made an impact on history throughout the years, and no one's really talking about it as much. And I think it should be talked about every day, every month, every year. However, I do know that this is a dedicated month, March is. And it's great that we have a month to just talk about the achievements, the great achievements of women throughout history who have paved the way. You as a boss woman, you are making strides and you are paving the way for young girls and young women to kind of follow in your footsteps and do things not like you do it, but just like it, be innovative and do things much better. Right. So that's why it's important to celebrate Women's History Month, because it's a lot of stuff that, we just don't talk about. We just don't do all of that. So that's why it's important. That's why I'm excited. I know this is the last day of Women's History Month. However, it's never too late to celebrate any woman hero in your life. Just go ahead, give them a hug, send them a text, do whatever it is, because they have done something for you. And I would like to shout out all the women in my life, especially my mother, my grandmother, my aunts. Oh my gosh, these women have truly paved the way for me to become the woman that I am today. And I thank God for that. Not too many people can say that, but I am honored to have them in my life and to have them help me grow into the woman that I am today. So I love you guys very, very much. Anyway, so tonight's topic is refuse to be silenced. And I think that is so very important. It was a theme from Women's History Month from last year that has been carried over to this year, but refusing to be silenced, because women, we have a voice. We do have a voice. And I know many times in life, if you were like me growing up, you might have been told that young girls are seen and not heard, or better yet, let me say this, young ladies are seen and not heard, right? And that's to go for women being loud and obnoxious and whatever the case may be, or what they felt, a woman's place was. But, because we were taught that and told that throughout life, we tend to follow suit because it carries over into your adult life. Trust and believe it does, because there are some times that you want to speak up on certain things, but you don't speak up on it because in the back of your mind, you've been told ladies are seen and not heard, right? We have to be pretty, just sit there and just be quiet and don't voice your opinion. But I am here to say that that's one of the things that we need to unlearn, because we do have a voice. We cannot allow or continue to allow people to speak for us, for those of you who allow people to speak for you. You cannot do that because they cannot speak for you. They don't know how you feel. They can't say it the way you say it. We have a voice. We need to refuse to be silenced. Don't let anyone silence you. If you have something to say it. Now, I will say that there are ways that you can get your point across without sounding rude or being disrespectful. So keep that in mind. You have to watch your tone. Definitely watch your tone, unless your tone is meant to be that way. Because I know in certain situations, it causes your tone to be that way and it needs to be that way. However, there are other circumstances where you just want to voice your opinion and it doesn't have to come off rude or loud or just obnoxious. And sometimes when we say loud and obnoxious, that's just a woman being passionate. That is not a woman just like trying to have an attitude or doing any of that. She's just very passionate about how she feels right now, and that's just the way it comes out. And she's loud for another reason. She's loud because she wants to be heard. She's been silenced for way too long, and now it's her opportunity to be heard. So she is loud. She may not be obnoxious all the time, but she is loud because she wants to be heard. Because so many times in that woman's life, and you don't know it, but she may have been told to be quiet, or she's been keeping her opinions and everything to herself. And so now that she feels free, that she can speak, she's very passionate and she's going to get loud. And she might roll her neck, but she's really feeling it. That does not necessarily mean every time that she has an attitude. And that's a stigma I think we need to change. We have to change that narrative, because anytime a woman gets loud or kind of in your face kind of thing, she's not necessarily always being aggressive, but she is very passionate about what she's talking about right now. So we have to keep that in mind when we're talking to people. And when a woman is saying this, because you don't know what she went through. You don't know what she went through. You don't know what she's currently going through. You don't know what kind of day she had. You don't know any of that to make her come off the way she is. But all you can do is listen. And if you feel disrespected, once she's finished, just let her know, like, hey, I felt a little disrespected by what you said, and that's just it. And then y'all can talk it out, because then maybe she can explain, well, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was just trying to get my point across. So we have to learn to help each other out. I remember, oh my gosh, I remember just being with a group of people, and it was a mixture of men and women. And it's funny to me because I sit back and I observe people, but there's this lady. I mean, nice, successful lady. And she was not, I wouldn't even say she was going off, but she was trying to make a point. But then you had all of these men in the room, right? And then they were trying to overtalk her. But the minute she started raising her voice, they started looking at her like, oh, she's a woman with attitude. She has attitude. No, she has been trying to speak for so long, and you kept over talking her that she had to raise her voice so that she could be heard, because you weren't respectful enough to let her say what she has to say. That's why we as women need to refuse to be silenced. We need to let people know we are here. We are here to stay. We are significant. We are important. We are the backbone of a lot of families. We just are just needed, and our voices need to be heard, and they will not be silenced. Like I said, we can do this in a respectful way, but we will not. We refuse to be silenced. I hope everyone is refusing to be silent, because we do have a voice today. We have a voice, and we need to utilize our voice every day. And don't feel like you can't be passionate about something while you're raising your voice, because if that's the only way you can get that passion out, then I'll say, sister, get it out in the open. Even if you have to say a disclaimer afterwards, like, whoo, I didn't mean for it to get as loud as it did, but I'm very passionate about what I just said, and I meant every word of it. But you have to do that. We have a voice, and I think this was the best way to just end Women's History Month, is to let every woman out here know, especially all of my boss women, because all of you are a boss, and you're in your own right, and you refuse to be silent, because You have dreams, you have goals, you have aspirations. You are trying to move forward in life. You have just things you want to do. You're trying to become a better you, a better mom, a better sister, a better friend. You're trying to climb the career ladder. You're trying to start your own business. You're trying to write a book. We are trying to do a lot of stuff, and we need to be heard. We don't need to be silenced. We don't need our dreams and stuff to come across and then someone shoots it down and says, be quiet, go sit in the corner. Let's be a lady. Well, I'm here to tell you, ladies can speak up. Ladies can have their own voice. We don't need you guys talking for us because we can talk for ourselves. Okay? So that is all I have for you all tonight. I thank you for joining me for Wind Down Wednesdays. I might have got a little loud about all of that, but I'm very passionate about us. I'm very passionate about women doing our thing and having our voice. We have a voice. So remember, ladies, refuse to be silent. All right? Thank you. And if you have not booked your In Between the Sheets virtual book club tour, please do so. Excuse me. Told you I'm just like going all over the place today. But please do so. Go to www.chatwithjovita.info and just book your book tour today. I thought I was trying to write it, you guys, in the chat, but I don't know why it's not showing up for me today. But I'll go ahead and put that here. You can schedule your consultation, but you can go to that very same link and book your In Between the Sheets book club tour. It's virtual. It's a time for you and your girlfriends to have a ladies' night. So get your girlfriends together, about 5 to 10 of y'all together. We'll be virtually, but we will have a great time doing things that grown women do. All right? Talk with you guys later, and thank you for joining me tonight. Bye.